Have you ever wondered about being your own boss? Well, it appears that it's worth the gamble. 82% of people that went self-employed have actually said that their life is much improved since working for themselves. But that's really easy to say because 82% isn't 100%, is it? So there's still 18% that it wasn't the right thing for. So you've really got to do what's right for you. However, if there's any chance that you're part of the 82%, stick around and follow me because I'm going to show you how a driving instructor can improve your life like it has mine. And it's easy. Welcome to my channel. If you don't know me, I am Josh and I'm a driving instructor. But I wasn't always. In fact, I've been a butcher, I've been a sales representative, I'm even a qualified teacher for goodness sake. So why the hell did I become a driving instructor? Good question. Let's find out. So I really didn't enjoy the teaching. And it wasn't the classroom side, it was the marking, it was the politics, it was everything that went with it. I loved the sales representative jobs, but it's so competitive, especially in the medical sector where I was. So it was getting to a stage of what the hell do I do? Well, regardless of what I did, I knew I always wanted my own business. But I didn't know what in. What skills did I have? Well, I was lucky enough to have a beautiful, smart lady who suggested, Josh, what about driving instructing? Now I did and ah, and I did have my doubts, but eventually I went with it and I got the ball rolling. I tried to find some video resources to support me. I tried to find some websites to support me and it was very, very difficult. So I did have my doubts along the way. It was a bit of a rocky road. However, I went for it and I made it. And I can honestly say I've never ever looked back. Now don't worry if you're in the same position. Maybe you want to go self-employed, but you're the same as I was. You're thinking, Josh, I haven't got the skills. Where do I get the skills from? This might not even be driving instructor. You might be thinking you want to become a carpenter or anything, you know, and you're thinking, I haven't got the skills. I wouldn't know how to start a business. I haven't got the confidence to start a business. Where would I advertise? There's so many doubts that we all have. But don't worry, I'm going to do my absolute best to cover all of those in this video or one of the ones following. However, if there's anything specific that you don't want to wait for or you haven't seen me cover and you're thinking, Josh, I'm a bit panicky about that, pop it in the comments below or Instagram or Facebook, whatever you want. Just get in touch and I'll do my absolute best to cover it for you or answer your question at least. So the main question that you're here for now is why should you become a driving instructor in 2021? And it's a damn good question. So let's go. So I think we can all agree 2020 was an absolute sucky year for most of us. Unless you're Amazon or you delivered parcels, it pretty much sucked, didn't it? We're now going into 2021. We've got over 1.6 million people unemployed. That's up 318,000. This is the highest it's ever been since 2009. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I wouldn't feel very secure in that situation. You're going to have lower chances of promotion. You're going to have lower chances of a raise. Redundancies are at their highest. Dismissals are at their highest. It's not a good place to be in my opinion at the moment. Especially when 90% of us out there believe that job security is one of the most important things to us in life. Without it, what have we got? Now, according to Career Addict, these are the 10 most important things in life for people. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how each of these can be improved by becoming a driving instructor like it has for me. So number one, physical, mental health and well-being. Speaking of health and well-being, feast your eyes on that. Arguably the most important thing in life. Without health, all the way back to the Stone Age, what are we? You're back in the Stone Age, you'd either be left behind or you're a burden on the company. Simple as that. Now physical health isn't such an issue as perhaps it was 100 years ago. However, mental health is on the rise massively. What are the causes of mental health? Well, it's different for absolutely everyone. But have you ever thought about control? Control of your life, control of your day. How much control do you have in your working day? Have you ever actually thought about how important control actually is to you in your life? I know for me, it's massive. I want to be able to control what I do each day. I want to control what time I go home and see my family. Well, being a driving instructor gives me that control. It gives me the freedom and control to choose how my working day goes. If I want to work a long day, I can. If I want to go home early, I can. Moving on, co-workers. Hopefully you're perfectly happy and all your co-workers are fantastic. I know I always haven't been in that situation. There's always been the odd one that I just think, I wish they weren't there and they're causing me a little bit of a headache. Well, guess what? Driving instructor, bye-bye co-workers. Hello, freedom. Now, don't get me wrong. Being a driving instructor doesn't mean you're closed off to the world. Far from it.
I'm in WhatsApp groups with really close friends that are driving instructors. We help each other, we chat, we catch up, we help each other. So bye-bye power trips and drama, hello freedom. So number 2, family. Being a driving instructor, I've got flexible working hours. If I need a day off, I could just take the day off. If I need to work longer, I can work longer, but it means I can spend the quality time that I want to with my family. It means I can turn up to the sports days without begging the boss to have a day off. It means if I want to pop out for a coffee with my wife, I can do that. Oh, and remember all those pounds spent on after school care? Bye-bye after school care. Hello freedom. I don't remember the last time I spent money on after school care because I don't need to. My wife and I can now work around each other to pick the children up from school. We don't feel bad about leaving them in school all the time. Unless they want to go to the after school club, and that's absolutely fine. But at least they have the option. So the biggest thing driving instructing's given me is flexibility. I can literally take whatever time off I need to or want to. Number 3, friends. If my friend Mike calls me up and says, Josh, let's go for a Chinese, or if Richard calls me and says, Josh, can we go bowling? I phone him and say, yeah, of course we can. Let's go. I don't need to say, sorry mate, I'm working. At least I have the choice. Again, it comes back to control. So I do see my friends more, I do get to spend more time with them. And what's life about if not spending time with friends and family?
And if you're new, consider liking and subscribing.
Number 4, love. Now this is an interesting one because what does love mean? Yeah, we've got our loved ones. I love my family. I get to spend more time with my family by being a driving instructor. But I also love driving instructing. Why, you might ask? It doesn't sound too thrilling. No, I get that. I do get that. However, it's teaching, and I'm passing my knowledge onto someone else. It's so great watching someone get in the car who's never driven in their life and doesn't have a clue to blossoming and to become this fully fledged driver, and the satisfaction and appreciation that they show. But being a driving instructor has also improved my work-life balance massively.
Purpose. Do you feel like you've got a purpose when you go to work? Do you feel happy, like you've achieved something? Like there's a reason that you're there? Have you ever thought, why am I making the boss more money than I'm making? I have. Now don't get me wrong, this isn't a boss bashing. Some people have just outgrown their workplace and outgrown their co-workers and outgrown having a boss. Whatever your reason is, do you have a purpose? I do. Driving instructing gives me a purpose. Every time I see improvement with one of my learners, it shows that I've done something successful, something useful and helpful. Now some of you might be thinking, yeah, Josh, it's driving instructing. Yeah, it is driving instructing, fine. But don't forget, when one of these people goes out on the road on their own, if I haven't taught them correctly, they could go out and run someone over. So to me, that's quite important. It's quite important that I do a good job to make sure that person doesn't run someone else over. Because we've all been 17, 18, and think we're kings of the world. So I do take great pride in my job and purpose to make sure these people are driving correctly and properly. It also makes me feel good when I get home at night, because I think, oh, I've actually done something. I haven't tried to fob something off to someone, selling something to someone. Number 6, passion. As I've already said, I have a massive passion for driving instructing. I love watching these people blossom from not being able to drive to suddenly now being a fully fledged driver without any of my support. There's no greater feeling, especially when they realise it as well. The amount of thank you presents I've had off people is just amazing. And it shows how much they appreciate it as well. And that's what gives me more passion. The same as when someone goes for a driving test and they come back and they've passed. Oh my God. I don't know who's more pleased, them or me. Now, if that's not important in your job, what is? Basically, because I'm passionate about it, I don't feel like I'm stuck in a dead-end job. Number 7, education. Let me tell you something about education. If you have children, you will know about homeschooling by now and how it should not be done at home. Is anyone else going completely crazy? Now, as I said before, because I'm passionate about this, I love to learn and I have to learn every day. No driver is the same. Every day you go out on the road, something different happens and you have to learn to adapt. But because I enjoy it, it's not a chore. So I do go on training sessions on a regular basis, but not because I have to, it's because I want to advance, because I want to get better and better. And this leads me to more opportunities. Am I going to expand my business into a franchise? Am I going to train to become an examiner? Am I going to train to be a further advanced driving instructor and start training other instructors? Now this makes me want to learn more. And guess what? The better I get, the more I charge. Simple as that. Who knows? The world is my oyster. Same as it could be yours.
Now this one's one of my favourite. Number 8, time. Well, this is pretty simple. What can more time give you? Everything. So how'd you get it? Well, let me explain. But first, did you know people that are self-employed tend to earn 45% on average more than the traditionally employed person? They also have deductible expenses, such as mobile phone, such as broadband. Do you own a mobile phone or broadband? Well, if you're self-employed, at least part of those are deductible against tax. But what else does time give me? Well, this kind of relates to the other points, doesn't it? I choose when I work, I choose when I don't work. Simple as that. I don't need the money, I don't need to work so hard. If I do need the money, then I can work harder. I choose how much I charge, and I get to choose what quality time I spend with my family, my friends, and my loved ones. What more could I want? Okay, so I've been chewing your ear off for long enough now, so I'm going to leave you with one more bit of information. Reportedly, the best age to go self-employed is late 30s and early 40s. 93% of the people that went self-employed at this age said their life had improved. Now, I don't quite fit into that age bracket, believe it or not, so don't panic if you don't either, and I'm the happiest I've ever been. Now, the truth is, being self-employed is a fantastic lifestyle, and I am so thankful for it. If you've enjoyed this or it's helped you in some way, help others find it by giving it a quick thumbs up. It takes 2 seconds. If you want to see what's coming next, maybe click the subscribe. Thank you for watching. See you next week.